All eyes on Doge. Big run up. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Friday afternoon. How's everybody doing? We got red in the crypto market. Sorry, Chuck. Sorry, Chucky. It's red. It's just one of those days. It's just one of those days. So what happened this morning? Why these red candles? We're going to talk about that. And we're going to look across the crypto market. We're going to look at other cryptos today too, but we'll touch on Bitcoin and of course Doge as well. So hope everybody's doing well. Look, I mean, will we get a Santa rally? We gonna get a Santa rally? Well, Jerome Powell didn't give us much, right? He kind of hinted at quantitative easing, like buying back bonds, like all that stuff, but like that was 2 days ago and we're in the red today. So there's no like big pump coming out of the FOMC. Instead, we got kind of a half a dump. So there is no Chirpow FOMC Santa rally. But hey, we're still 2 weeks away from Christmas. You never know, right? You never know. There could be something. We'll talk about that. But this is like, who's dumping Bitcoin at 10 o'clock? Every single time, 10 o'clock, right? It's chopping. 10 o'clock hits, dump Bitcoin. Oh, Jane. Who is Jane? Who is Jane? We have talked about this. We've talked about Jane being Jane Street, one of the resident market makers. And they do a lot of arbitrage trading and all kinds of things like that to make money. That's right. They make money. Dump. This isn't you and me selling Bitcoin. It's not. Manipulation yet again. And of course, that leads to liquidations. And we've had $400 million over the past 20. How does this keep happening? Every day I show the liquidations. And every day that number is big. Yet again, even on this morning's video, talked about the rising open interest, even of Dogecoin, because the gamblers are gambling and the exchanges and the market makers taketh away. They taketh away where they can. And so today is another one of those. And it happened right at 10 o'clock, yet again. So there's that. It's not every day though. It really isn't every day. If it was every day, people would be shorting it at like 9:45, right? You just set a big short and then sell when it gets down to the bottom. And just, you would do that every day. So it's not every day that happens. Colin's like, look, Bitcoin's bear flag breakdown to 74,000 to 80,000 is my base case. Base case is a big drop. A big drop. Now, it's not going to happen before the end of the year, like Colin is showing here. I think it's going to bleed out sideways a bit and eventually go down, but it's not A. It's more like B. Unfortunately, unless we get an intervention, right? We get the wild card intervention. And then we can start talking about like what is going on. But it's kind of looking like a bear flag here. And it looks like that relief rally was pretty weak, if that is indeed it. Vivek says, look, Grok said Bitcoin is going to 175,000 in the next 20 days. Grok. I think Grok is being manipulated here. The AI is being manipulated. My estimate, based on current data, the halving effects, that was like years ago, right? ETF inflows, of which there have been outflows, forecasts from sources like Van Eck and Tom Lee. Why is Grok following Tom Lee 200K? So with Bitcoin around 107 now, it could hit 175K by December 31st, though volatility is key. I don't believe Grok any more than Ali, you know? It's just like, no. Unless we get an intervention. How about ETH? Ethereum has had 8 red months so far this year. Only 1 year in ETH's history ended with more red months. That was back here like 2018, right? Bear market. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 in 2018. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8. So what's going to happen with December? Well, ETH right now is a little up in the green. So to hold that, that keeps us from going like super bearish, right? When price is down month after month like this, most selling isn't opinion-based. It's people in funds selling because they need to reduce risk or free up cash. A lot of that selling showed up in November. Volume picked up while price stopped accelerating lower. Now ETH is trading with fewer forced sellers left. We will go higher. Well, I mean, that sounds good, right? It sounds good. The only problem is ETH had $132 million of leverage wiped out. Leverage trading ETH. $132 million. So, you know, he can say all he wants, right? But the total ETH price is being manipulated like everything else. Manipulated like everything else. And when we got these guys, right? ETH is at a make or break level. It held 1350 bottom, broke the range, now retesting the trend line. If it holds, 10,000 is the next target. 10,000. And it's like, no. It's just going to keep going sideways, I think. We're just going to keep bouncing around sideways. This is the exact spot where ETH decides if it's real or just noise. Structure looks right, but without momentum, it's just a level on a chart. It's a level on a chart. And that's it. So, yeah. All these, you talk about bull markets, 2026. I don't get it. ETH 2026 setup looks familiar. 2017 shakeout and then explosion. 2021 shakeout and then moon. 2026. Wait, 2026? No. You already said this for 2025. Now, since 2024 to 2025 has just been bouncing sideways, of course, with a big shakeout, thank you to Trump's tariffs. Why would we do this? Why would we do this? Extended cycle, super cycle, that's what CZ said the other day, right? It could be a super cycle. Maybe not. But I don't see anything like to make this happen unless we get an intervention. Again, I talked about that this morning too. Silver all-time high, gold almost back up to its all-time high. Dow Jones hit another all-time high yesterday. S&P 500 and NASDAQ, both near their all-time highs, traded down a little bit today. But not crypto, not Bitcoin, not crypto. Since October 10th, it has been down, down, down because of the liquidity and the leverage trading, the manipulation, total wipeout. So all the money that's coming into markets right now, they're not coming into crypto. It's not coming into crypto. It's going into gold and silver and stocks. The money is not going into crypto. Trader Allen says, look, let's look at Doge. We're in a trading range, right? Up and down and up and down and up and down. We've got these Bart Simpsons, right? Showed that this morning too, the little Bart Simpson heads, right? Getting smaller, smaller, and smaller. But we're just trading in a range because there's just nothing going on. So it's just going sideways. We happen to be on the downside right now, which of course is below the bottom of the brown box. Yes, we are now under the brown box. Under the brown box. That's not a good place to be. Not a good place to be. Jonathan Carter says, look, Doge triangle support test is in progress. Downward sloping from last December when Dogecoin was up here at 48 cents. What is it going to take to come up and retest that triangle? The top of that triangle is getting closer to 20 cents now. And 20 cents is about where I predicted the relief rally would come to. So that downward sloping resistance line there is just about to 20 cents. Again, my target for a relief rally. This big arc up to 48 cents, again, there's only one way that's going to happen. But if you're just doing technical analysis, the technical setup presents favorable risk to reward for buyers defending current levels. Again, since October 10th, it has just been down, leveling out a bit right here, right in the mid to low 13s. That's where we're levering at. We're kind of, kind of leveling out right there. Guess what? The X Money account still says launching in 2025. It still says launching in 2025. I go to my account, KrissPax on X, at KrissPax, for those that don't know. X Money has been launched. Did you hear that? X Money has been launched. Well, internally. And who said that? Elon Musk. Someone in the chat said, yeah, Elon just said it from that NEMA guy. And I was like, that happened in September. And he was like, no, it just happened. And so I looked it up, and sure enough, Elon did say that on Wednesday. It has been launched internally. Well, what does that mean? It has been launched. The X Money account says launching in 2025. Elon says it has been launched. We can't see it, right? None of us can see it because we're not on the list that got early access to test it out. So it hasn't launched for us, hasn't launched for me. I don't like that. Elon made this up in order to say, well, it says launching in 2025 and it has been launched. When are we going to get it, right? When are we going to get it? Because that is a potential big catalyst. Even though it's not going to have Dogecoin on it. We know that. It's not going to have Dogecoin on it. Some comments are like, yeah, X Money doesn't have Doge. Doge is going to die. Doge is going to zero. And I'm like, You don't understand how Dogecoin trades. You don't understand. Dogecoin trades on the hype, the hopium, right? You get X money to launch and you think, yeah, someday Doge will be on there. So Doge is going to pump. That's the way I look at it. So I wait and I continue to wait. I'm not selling Dogecoin at 13 cents. I'm not. Now, I will be selling some other things. I'll be selling Pepe. Can Pepe just go back up? It just dumped again this morning. Because I'm like, I want to tax loss harvest. Yeah, we talked about that. Last night's live stream, if you guys didn't see, right? It was the epic annual KrissPax crypto tax live stream. We had it last night. So if you want to know about crypto taxes, check that out. It's on my channel. My most recent live stream. That was yesterday. Answered most questions, a few outstanding things. And and someone on this morning's video asked a tax question as well. So you're free to ask me tax questions. I don't mind. For most of them, I'll just refer you to it's time to prepare crypto taxes. But yeah, Pepe's down. So I'm going to sell this for less than I bought it for. And reduce a little bit of that exposure to capital gains. A little bit. And then I'll buy it back in when it goes even lower next year. And I'm going to do the same with Bonk. And someone in the comments this morning asked me, well, what about Bonk? If you didn't have so many profits, would you still sell Bonk and buy it in later? And I was probably not. I would just hold it. But because I have so many profits from early this year, I am going to do some tax loss harvesting of those cryptos that I'm in a loss on. I'm going to be doing that. But it would be nicer to have it to sell it on a green, right? On one of these green pumps here. That's what I want to do. Not down here. Because every penny lower, I don't get a penny off my taxes. It's a very small percentage. I don't know exactly what the percentage is, but it's like maybe 15% of it or something. So I'd rather have a big spike, get a little bit of gain back. But anyway, we'll see how that plays out. We will see. Right now, Doge is at 1363. We're looking for 1369 right now, just because that's a good number. And then we try to get back to 13.8 and get back in the brown box. That's what we're looking for. Dogecoin. Bitcoin is at 90,200. They're all weak. Everything's weak today. Everything dumped this morning and now is just treading sideways. Pretty much everything is the same pattern. XRP, $2. It dipped below $2. For those that were looking for XRP for under $2, you had that this morning. $1.98, $1.97 on the dip. For you XRP lovers, you wanted to get some more. Well, there it was. XRP, I still think it's going lower. But that's just me. So there you go. Once they pass the Clarity Act, the market makers will have a harder time clearing leverage trades and manipulating the market price. Why? I don't think that's going to do much, Jason. I don't think that's going to clear out the exchanges and the market makers continuing to manipulate crypto. But that's just me. Poor Pepe. You've got some too. Yeah. I thought if you sell massive amounts of crypto, it was also OTC, so it doesn't crash the market. It depends on who you are. You have to be a bigwig to be able to call up the markets to sell OTC. I'm not a bigwig. So when I sell, it's spot. Spot. Elon got tired of KrissPax pointing it out every day. So now he just says, yeah, it launched. It launched. But I don't see it, Elon. I don't see it. It would be lovely if we could vote on a single issue like crypto, but sadly, that is not the only issue presented. I know that's the way they do it. And plus the US government now, they just care about stable coins. They don't care about crypto. I think there's a group of manipulators that hit the sell at any one time, dumping the market. If only those large purchases of crypto like Michael Saylor weren't OTC, we probably would have moved. I know. What's up with that? Why does he get to buy all of that Bitcoin without affecting the market? Doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. It was your second Crypto Tax live stream. Nice to have you again last night. You learn something every time, though, don't you? Spreadsheets. Spreadsheets. It's all about the spreadsheet. Everyone just give me your social security number and I'll file taxes. Right, Danny? You bought some XRP? Well, I bought my XRP, but it was down at 58 cents. I'm still holding that. Just send me your crypto and I'll send you double the shit coins back. Right? Exactly. I promise. Wink, wink, nod, nod. George's new channel. I'm poor. We're all poor. I would have liked the bull market in 2025 to have just ended on a better note. We had no final good euphoria feeling. It just didn't happen. I haven't sold my Pepe yet. I was just looking at the chart. I was hoping we got a little relief rally, but instead, Pepe's lower. So up here at 5, that's when I should have sold it. But hey, no shoulda, woulda, coulda's here, right? And I'll be lucky if it gets back up here. I'll be lucky. But who knows? We still got a couple weeks left. X money launched for Elon only. Right? Internal, right? Meaning I can use it. Now Kriss won't mention X money anymore. We are puppets. I'm not buying right now. Christian bought some for fun. William, that was your first tax live stream. It's good to hear every year, just as a reminder. What else do I own? Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, Pengu, Pepe. I've got a Crow. I think that's about it, except for I still have from 2023, the KrissPax DCA portfolio, which had not only Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and ETH, but had some SWI, had some stacks, had some XRP, still had a little SHIB in it. They were all up in the green except for stacks. That was the only one that really pulled back more than the others. And some Jasmine. So I still have that. Still have that. You're over it, looking forward to next year? You know, that crypto tax live stream is actually a lot more fun in a bull market when everyone's in the green. So last year's was kind of, right, was appropriate because people were up. People weren't selling though. Well, some were. Who knows? 2025 isn't over yet. That's true. That's true. Despite everything going on, I ain't selling. All right, Aussie. Pack's been working out. I have. I do. I do work out. Got to stay young. No, it helps. Stay in shape. I do the workouts. Oh, sorry, Gene. You predicted crypto would go up by your birthday. Sorry. Well, happy early birthday to you. I will not have a live stream on Saturday. So I wish you a happy birthday today. Can BTC make an all-time high by the end of the year? Most probably not. Brent, most probably not. For Bitcoin to get all the way back to 126 in a couple of weeks, that'd be hard. How long can we hold 90K? How long can we hold? That is a great question. Right now, we're in its brown box. We're in the brown box. We're trending up since the 21st, where we had that, we had a downtrend there. We bottomed down at like 81,000 right there, 21st of November. We were starting to trend upwards since then, but we just took a right turn and went sideways, which is why I've got the box there, just to gauge where Bitcoin's next move is going to be. So Bitcoin's going sideways. Dogecoin is drifting lower right now. So, because it's found the bottom of the box here. So that's what's happening between Doge and Bitcoin. But it all kind of, I mean, there's no sentiment. There's no sentiment in crypto. It's just, no one feels good about it. We don't have a bunch of new buyers coming in. It's just not, it's not there. Which is why I mean, I keep pointing to X money, right, as one thing that could possibly pump. But I don't see a lot of other stuff. All the other news is all about frickin' stable coins. And it's like, God. I mean, Solana, again, also just trading sideways. There was this talk about, by the end of the year, Solana was going to be back over $200 and like all these great things and adoption for Solana blockchain, all that, and it's just not happening. It's like nobody cares about that kind of news about the Solana blockchain. No one cares. Now, Cardano had a nice little pump with Night, right? That night, midnight crypto, whatever it is, built on Cardano, I guess. But even today, giving it back up, had a nice run going and just is giving it back up. And then we were going to look at Litecoin, again, also trending sideways. Now, Litecoin still right near the bottom of its purple box. So Litecoin did not pull back as much as Dogecoin did from October. So, or early November. Yeah, XRP back to $1.99. XRP $1.99. So yeah, the sentiment just is not there in crypto right now, which is a bummer. You're welcome, Milan. You're welcome. CryptoDog still buying. Your crypto must be working out. It's losing weight. Turbo. Gold to 4,500 is looking feasible. Gold. 4,300 now. That would be a new all-time high, right? Just to check. Previous all-time highs up here. 4,380. So yeah, 4,500. It could make it. It's just right here. You could see that, Gurinder. Silver and gold, silver and gold. We have a crypto confession. I learned a lot of lessons last cycle when I first got into crypto. I sold my bags at low prices, then ended up buying higher, chasing green candles. Buy the fear, sell the greed. Yeah. So yeah, at the end of 2022, when FTX crashed, that's where I was buying the fear. And that's how I was able to make money this cycle. But again, I was selling and taking profits on like 85% of my crypto between December and January. A year ago, I sold 85% of my crypto. Now I had a goal, and that was to buy a house, all cash, no mortgage. I achieved that goal. So there was a lot of that behind it. I didn't sell at the tops though, right? I was hoping for a nice little January pump with Trump, the inauguration, like all that. And instead the market went the other way, and I just had to cut with it and sell. The 15% that I still have in is down mostly from January. The Bitcoin is up a little bit, but everything else is pretty much down. Well, ETH might be up a little bit too. Yeah, ETH or XRP. But yeah, game over for 2025. Better luck next year. You think there's going to be an extended cycle, super cycle? 2026 is going to be a bull year? We don't know. Euro Vinci says the opposite will happen. Everyone thinks the market's going down now in the AI bubble, but the market could squeeze. That's a good point. If everybody expects it to go down, maybe it'll go up. Because we were all expecting October and Moonvember, and that didn't happen. It went opposite. So yeah. Brown box, I know. Exactly. Everybody expected November to be hugely bullish. The market always goes against the majority at some point. Now everyone's bearish. How would you like to be under the brown box? Smelly down there. Yeah, Ryan, I'm just using that as a way to talk about what is it that makes Dogecoin pump. And it's anything dealing with Elon Musk. Even if Dogecoin is not directly associated, it's still an Elon thing. So I think it will pump, even if Doge isn't on it. Yeah, let's get back to the purple box. Bought a few extra pairs of brown pants. Right. The Clarity Act is just the United States government. And again, it's all about stable coins. Well, the Clarity was really more about like the SEC and the CFTC and the guidance on crypto. It's the Genius Act, I think, that's more stable coins. I think that's right. I mean, CryptoDog says, if we believe crypto will be up again in the near future, somewhere in 2026, then these are gifts. William, you have PSD. when we crashed watching that live stream. If it happens again. Will it happen again live? I think that was a one-time event. But yeah. PTSD is real. That's for sure. And that was a tough day. 10th of October. Yeah. I feel good about crypto and what the future holds for this space. It's just there's so many extra manipulators now. I know there was no hyperliquid 4 years ago. There's a lot of big trading on hyperliquid. And they get taken out too. Hyperliquid gets taken out too. So it's in the best interest of the exchanges and the market makers to destroy crypto. I know, isn't it? Well, the exchanges make money by the buying and selling of crypto, right? They just want the volatility. But if they're also offering leverage trading, they don't want to give up their profits to leverage trading gamblers. That's why it's in the best interest of exchanges to have these big red candles to wipe out leverage. And every time that happens, look what happens to the trading volume, right? It peaks. They make money on these kinds of events. Look at the volume here. The volume spikes up. Exchanges make more money on the trading. Crypto has about as much interest in it now as a calendar with me in my Speedo. Do we really want to see that, Turbo? Are the paper-handed ETFs good for crypto? Nope, they're not. I thought Dogecoin would at least get a little pump just by like the notion of being able to buy Dogecoin in an ETF, right? But nobody's buying it. The grayscale is weak. Bitwise is nothing. Nobody's buying the Bitwise BWOW ETF. So yeah, that's pretty tough. But we just saw that the ETFs, like with Bitcoin, if it's a red market, right, the ETFs sell. The ETF holders are going to sell. Just enrolled in Robinhood banking. Pretty nice to consolidate everything in one place, including direct. I want to do that. Robinhood hasn't invited me yet. I want to try that out. I want to get out of Bank of America. Oh. How are those cats doing, Compo? It was actually an election and then post-election pump. Pre-election was starting to build up a little bit. That was the time to buy. Chucky, not expecting anything now, just waiting. Chilling now, waiting to see what happens next year. Hard to believe I'm buying for 4 years now, hundreds of buys. I don't like that Robinhood is doing taxes the same. That was one of the main reasons I bought on Hood. That Robinhood isn't doing taxes the same. Well, we'll see when that 1099 DA form comes out. Does it have all the information on it or not? I'm kind of guessing not. That's what I've heard. But we won't know till we actually get them in January. It would be nice to have a super cycle, but not planning on it. That's about all you can say. Well, I agree. A year from now, Lamborghinis. So burgers? Peanut butter and jelly? Trump did say at the first crypto conference, "You're going to love me." Obviously, the Dems had other plans. No, Trump, he messed it up himself. Yeah, I listened to the song Sunshine. It sounds very AI. It's kind of this mix between country and some kind of, it's not really reggae. I don't know what that beat is. I mean, it's cool, but it sounds so AI. And it's too long for this setting. Elon isn't allowed to say anything. No, he can do what he wants. I think he's being advised by his lawyers to not pump the Dogecoin price. So smash them and subscribe. Thanks, Sunshine, for reminding everybody. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Appreciate it. We're just talking crypto updates today. There's not much news going on. It's just there's nothing going on. A lot of Bart Simpson patterns, that's for sure, Matt. I feel like Michael Saylor is trying very hard for a big bank to buy Bitcoin directly. I know, and they're just not going to do it. They will custody your Bitcoin, right? They'll take their little fees, but they're not going to risk their own money buying Bitcoin. They're not going to do that. They just want the fees. KrissPax, PaxCat, Snoopy crypto calendar. That's the kind of calendar you're talking about right there. That's the calendar. Compo, thanks for the super chat. Manipulation inducement. There we go. Well, can you find a way to manipulate it back up? We're trying here. We're trying. Since we went live, the price has gone up. So let's get back up. I hate to say it, into the brown box. Oh, that sounds so bad. Up into the brown box, please. Please. Thanks for the super chat, man. What is this? Compo for a wrench? Is that what this is about? Oh, it's about the wrench. Oh, I get it. It's about a wrench. You really want a wrench, dude? You really want a wrench? Sure. There you go. Now I'm in trouble. Now I'm in trouble. Yeah, you know me too well, Chucky. I thought my cat was laughing once, but it turned out I was high. How much time do you have to pay taxes? Well, if you can't afford to pay your taxes in the given tax year, right, by April 15th here in the United States, you can do this extension thing, but the longer you extend it, the more interest you pay on the outstanding debt, the tax debt. So you can extend it out, but you're going to be paying the IRS interest on the money you owe. You're kind of losing money doing that. So that's not good. Trump took Biden's healthy markets, manipulated it through talks of tariffs. Yeah. Well, it wasn't just that, but that's what messed us up from January to April. Yep, it was AI. It sounded so AI, Sunshine. But that was like Sora. It was made on Sora. I'm sure of it. Enough Bart Simpson patterns. Yes. Country, reggae, and AI. It sounds like the worst possible combo ever. Yep, that's what this was. Yeah, meh. Who wants to hear it? Who wants to hear it? Because that's what it was. I still have it here. Where we go.
Yeah, but you guys get it wrong. Started as a joke with a Shiba on the screen. Two guys made a coin, kept the vibe real clean. No big plan, just a meme on the rise. But the internet grabbed it, yeah, they saw the surprise. People said, why not? Let's give it a try. Reddit got behind it, started aiming for the sky. What began for a laugh turned into a wave. A tipping coin used for fun and to save. It wasn't meant to be deep or profound, just a friendly coin spinning round and round. But then one day the world tuned in, and that's when the Doge days began. Oh, dark coin, little meme that could. Started from laughter to more than it should. From a digital joke to a worldwide tune. Everybody chanting, Doge to the moon.
Doge to the moon. Oh my God. What was that song like? Don't worry, be happy. It kind of had that kind of beat to it. With this countrified kind of voice. It's like, oh man. Oh well, we tried. We tried. Sideways is better than down. Yeah. We get good news, right? Rate cuts, and then we dump. And Trump only cares about the stock market. He doesn't care about crypto. I'm starting to see a U-turn reversal on the 3-month. I'm betting we're climbing here. I would like to think that, but I got to go to a different chart that's not all messed up. Well, there's the 3-month. It looks bearish to me. You're talking about Dogecoin. This is the 3-month Dogecoin. It looks bearish. Bearish. Bitcoin looks bearish. Well, I mean, there's a pattern, right? Red, green, green, red, green, green, red, green, green, red, green, green. Interesting. Red, green, green? What? That's kind of interesting. I never noticed that pattern before. On a 3-month, red, green, green, red, green, green. We are now red. So that means 2 green 3-month bars for the first half of 2026. I get it now. Ooh, I'm going to have to post this. I'm going to have to post this. Right? Yeah, look at that. That goes all the way back to the beginning of 2023, that pattern. Ooh. I got to do that. I got to do that. Meanwhile, 1368 now, almost to 1369 for Dogecoin. Come on. Come on. With great wrench comes great responsibility. Yes. Capo, it does. RLUSD, XRP. Elon doesn't care about XRP. He doesn't care. He's never said anything about XRP. No. Oh, dear God. Someone cut my ears off. Yeah, it was bad. All eyes on Doge. Much better. We haven't had to give anybody the boot or a timeout lately. I guess all the wrenches keeping the trolls at bay. Well, there's just not a lot going on. You know, the sideways kind of market. It's like the trolls aren't even tempted to come in here. I have barely made it by without being timed out. Red rum. Red rum. Oh. TDS Barbie under the Christmas tree. I think that's awesome. There are so many people triggered by Trump. It's just hilarious. Is X money launched? Depends on what you consider launched. Right. There's a special message at the beginning of the live stream. Exactly. I forgot to say that at that time. I should have. Special message. Buy now, Crypto Dog says. Buy now. Endless crab. Z. I know, right? Ryan is alive. Charlotte threatened to time me out the day Kriss wasn't here. I think it was because I said she wasn't doing a good job. Telling us why the pinger was pinging. Oh, yeah, that's right. I kept it on. I kept the live stream on for you guys. I remember that. The pinger's on. It pinged just a little bit ago, but everything's going sideways. So it's like not much. Not much going on. Not right now. A falling wedge pattern spotted by Crypto King hints at a possible breakout towards 27 cents. I can say that too. Or you can look at this guy who's predicting 47 cents, right? 40, it's just a number. Upward movement targets. 15.5, 19, 25, 31, 37, 40. Just making up numbers. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. $37 doesn't even do anything. There's nothing at 37. All eyes on Doge at the calendar. But yeah, it is. It's all about much better music. All eyes on Doge.
All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Yeah, I have God mode here. I play this game in God mode. God mode. But that's how it goes, right? I wonder how Khan's new live streams are going. I haven't seen any of them. I went onto his YouTube channel last week, and there was nothing there. And I thought he was going to be doing these 9 o'clock, 9:30 a.m. live streams, and there's nothing there. Because I always say, it's like, you guys think you're so smart on like all these chart predictions. Go start your own live streams. And he said he was, but he hasn't done anything. Because I wanted to see what he was actually going to say. And then nothing. There's nothing there. Chucky, I think you wanted to see that, right? You wanted to see what Khan had to say. No live stream. No live stream. Down the hallway and back again. That's all you can do to that song. All eyes on Doge. It's time for a bear market intro. Oh, you don't want to hear that one. I play that one every now and then. You know which one that is, right? You know which one that is. Do I still have it even? I might have gotten rid of it. Do I still have it? No, I think I deleted it. Yeah, I don't have that anymore. I've got some other fun ones. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I don't want to play that. That's depressing. You don't remember the bear market intro? It's this. So the problem is with that, once you start it, I can't stop it. StreamYard doesn't let me like stop one of those things in the middle. Once you start it, you're stuck with it. I was trying to stop. I was like, stop, 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 and it wouldn't stop. Okay, we can start the live stream now because we just had these green candles and now we're going to turn red because I just played that thing. So yes, blame Kriss. Now Dogecoin is going to go red because I played that bear. That's my bear intro. Whenever I play that, you guys know I'm truly feeling bearish. So, but yeah, now the red candle's coming. My fault. We didn't hit 1369 because I played that thing, and now we're going to fall back down. I can't win. Oh, yeah. What happened to Doug? What happened about Doug? Yeah, people come and go. Khan disappeared. Anthony, well, he said he was traveling. He'll be back. Yeah. A perma bear live stream sounds like it might struggle to draw viewers. Exactly. Exactly. Last I remember, Khan expected a relief rally. He wanted to cash in on. Maybe he got liquidated because the relief rally didn't start. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and same with Donnie. What happened to Donnie? Yeah. Some people like the music. Some people don't like the music. That's the way it is. I think Link just got the sword. Link? Like the crypto Link? It's doing the same thing. $13 for Link. Kind of scary. Yeah, Teresa. Hopefully that's the end of the short-lived bear market. Hey, that pattern on the Bitcoin chart, ooh, that's pointing to 2 green candles for the first 6 months of 2026. Stuck. No, that wasn't made by AI. That was made by a real music producer. Real music producer made that, not AI. Calibeats. You can check out his studio in the link below. I've got a link to him. My goal, Ryan says, 150,000 Doge by the middle of 2026. Good to have a goal, Ryan. I hope you get the price you want. Turbo, we're all fun. What else are we going to do? Yeah, what happened to Harry? A lot of them, they just kind of come and go. What happened to Warbs? I know, right? He always checks in on the live streams later, especially when he is summoned. Warbs, if you hear this, say, I was summoned. There you go. And now we'll see. He'll follow up on X. And he'll say, yeah, you summoned me. Happy Friday. How are you, Flippino? Suggesting your All Eyes on Doge video upload to X and pin it. No, you got to come here to hear it. I'm not sharing it on X. You got to come here to hear it. Jason, how are you? Crypto so boring. The new house is great. Love it. we're still planning on, doing something with it. But right now, it's doing great. Right. Warbs. There it is. He has now been summoned. You got it. And I think every once in a while he gets a little annoyed or bummed that we don't ever call him Christoph anymore. It's like, oh yeah, that's his name. Christoph. Oh, I forgot that. So he's Warbs now. It's like, oh, Christoph? Who's that? Oh, Warblaster. Yeah, I know that guy. But Christoph, who is that? That's what happens on YouTube now with all these names. Oh. Hey, Chuck, how are you? Yeah, first 10 minutes was another good one here on the live stream. Went through the latest on what I'm seeing. Another banger intro. Oh, da, 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 da. Yeah, we don't want to call you by your real name anymore because you don't like it. You prefer the other names now. So, Chucky it is. It's Chucky now. Ryan, no, it's Chucky. We got all the way from Charlie to Chuck to Chucky. I've been through 2 crashes, 3, depending on your view, in the last year. I can't take this winning anymore. Yeah, the tariffs and then October 10th were the 2 that I know of. I don't know what your third was, but those are the 2 that I know of. Were the tariffs and the October 10th liquidation crash. Those are the only 2 that I call for this year. And the tariffs was kind of a long, drawn-out one. It went from mid-January all the way till mid-April. Yeah. Oh, the Trump token. The Trump token. Yeah, that was before the tariff. There was the first dump. You're right, Jason. Absolutely right. That stupid Trump token thing, which then lasted through the inauguration. Yeah, that would be the third. I was kind of blending it in with the whole tariff thing, but those were actually 2 separate things. Yep. Yeah, because in if we go back, well, this was kind of a continuation. There's the Trump token launch right there. It was right at the height of here. Trump token was launched here. And then it went down for the inauguration, but then it kept going down for the tariffs. That's when I sold. And then it kept going down more and more and more. So that's kind of 2 separate things. There was the Trump token first, and then there was all the tariff stuff. So there was that. Now from May into June, I don't know if there was anything really specific there with that pullback after we had that little run. But the other big one was that, right? And that was the October 10th liquidation crash there. That's that. But yeah, this one, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But I had sold some first back here in November up at 42 cents. And then I sold the rest that I sold right there at about 32 cents, for 42 and 32. But yeah, you could call that 3. I'll go with that. When do I plan to start buying Dogecoin again? Probably next year sometime. We'll be watching for entry points next year. I know we've been all chewed up pretty bad, but patience will pay off. We need a round trip emoticon because we're all going to round trip it again. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm not even going to do a year in review this year. Not even going to do it. I like to do like at the end of the year to do like a crypto year in review. Yeah, I'm not doing that this year. I'll just do my January 1st Dogecoin 2026 price prediction, but I'm not doing a year in review. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. The launch of Trump token, tariff talk. That was bad. Right. The end of the year is always a bad time. Like it better January 1st. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, what's going on with all that rain in Washington? That's a lot of rain coming in. Jason, yeah, that's what I think. Doge is going lower. That's what I think. Yeah, I can't play any songs like that for copyright reasons. I can only play copyright-free music on YouTube. I found that out the hard way multiple times. Even that Trump inauguration, remember we had that on and the band started playing and then my live stream got cut. Right in the middle of the live stream, it got cut because of the stupid band playing some music that somebody claimed. I got a big copyright claim on that. God, dumb. Dumb. A top celebrity, Pauly Shore, a top celebrity. Oh, that isn't even B level. Pauly isn't even B level. He's like D level. He's like way down there. A lot of coins are at 365-day lows. Yes. Many are below. They went below that April, not counting the flash crash. RR says December 31st for X Dogecoin. X Dogecoin. Not X money, X Dogecoin. Well, X money says launching in 2025 still. And it's all about Visa and probably eventually stablecoin. So this is what it is. When are we getting stimulus checks? I never said anybody was getting stimulus checks. I don't know where that crap came from. Maybe Trump said it, but Bessent said, yeah, it's not going to be checks. Maybe we'll give some tax breaks or something. I'm not sending out checks. And I I believe that over checks. Plus, he would need Congress to approve it, and Congress isn't going to approve that. Imagine the weasel endorsing Doge. Can't wait to go back to San Antonio. Hey, I'm going to San Antonio. I'm going in 3 months. I will be there. I can't wait. Nothing big this weekend. Crab time. Yes, sunshine. Crabalicious. Crabalicious for this weekend. Maramello, how are you? Come on, Maramello, say it. Chucky. Say Chucky. Chucky. She likes it. I thought you liked Charlie, but yeah, Chucky it turned into somehow. Trump wants to send out checks with his name and logo on them. Probably not feasible. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan's excited. I'm excited too. Get to meet Ryan or whatever his name is in the flesh, right? It'll be great. Looks like we're headed up to 92 and then back to 89. That's not out of the question. The top of the brown box is actually 93, so I wouldn't be surprised if we hit that again. But yeah, Dan, that's going to be part of sort of this up and down sideways action. That would mean Doge touching 14 cents again, 14.1, 14.2, somewhere up there. So if you're buying Doge next year, is it going up next year? Initially, I'd have agreed with you, but with all the catalysts and news not tipping the crypto scale, retail is gone. Yep. I'm not expecting up unless this thing called X money, right? I'm expecting a little pump here, or maybe a big pump. This is I'm just putting it all back on Elon now, because nothing else with Doge is getting Doge to pump. That's where I am now. Rather bearish. Retail's doing Polymarket. They're doing DraftKings, right? They're buying gold and silver, NVIDIA stock, right? Whatever's moving, it's not crypto. There's not crypto. Yes, Trump would do it if he had the chance, but it's Congress that holds the purse strings. It's Congress. Overtime tax break, and for others, tax on tips, like no tax on tips. Yeah, I'll have to listen to it first, Turbo, just to make sure. I knew that other thing was AI, so it was okay to play that because I knew that was AI. Nobody knows his real name. Pokemon cards. Is that your name? Pokemon cards? Oh. Executive order time? Yeah, he's not going to get that. The sound is you playing a tune, but oh, I ain't good, but I'm loud. Got it. Got it. Oh, that's right. I do. I was trying to keep that quiet. But yes, I do. I sent it in response to your posting earlier. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be stimmy checks, Goose. It's going to be like some kind of tax break or something, if anything. So. Chucky chuckles of Doge. That was that. What happened to buy Dogecoin or else? Now you're stuck with that thing. Now you're stuck with that. Chuck. You don't have a check mark? Yeah, I pay for the check mark just to allow me to do things on X. Later, Jason. See you. We'll try to tune in more. No offense, but your show was much better when Doge was 45 cents. You know, there's truth in that. Guys, Jason just put it out there, the real truth. The real truth. My show was much better when Doge was 45 cents. Oh my God. Yeah, we like DJ and Charlie. We like that. Hey, Low Roller, how are you? Reddit, Apple sue Australia and USA and the UK. You can't force people giving ID for watching YouTube videos. Huh. Oh, you got a check mark on X? And you've got a wrench here. Power. That is power. All right, as good as this show is at 13 cents, imagine how good it would be. $1. This would be a really good show. At $1. At $1. But here we are. 13,666. 13,666. Oh, 13,667. Yeah, maybe next year that's where I'll be. Less than 100K. But this year, yeah, I'm a little over that. Have to go feed the Doges. We'll see you, Aussie. Have a good day. Depends on how long it's been at $1. I could see whining. Can you believe that? Yeah, people would whine. Stupid Dogecoins not do anything. It just went to $1. What more do you want? I want $2. Right? That's what it'll be. But we do try and have some fun here. I mean, the price is what it is, right? What are you going to do? It is what it is. And eat burgers. Yes. Ping. We're taking out some shorts. $255,000 just got lost on ETH. An ETH short. No. My kids were not teenagers in 1990. No. They weren't born until 2004 and 2005 is when they were born. So they weren't teenagers until like 8 years ago. How old do you think I am, man? 1990? I wasn't thinking about marriage or kids or anything in 1990. Come on. No, I didn't graduate college until 1987. I was just out of college. I'm old, but I'm not that old. I'm still a teenager. I'm showing 53 likes. 53. All right, gang, that's what we got for today. Again, not the price we want, but it's the price we got. Didn't make 1369. It was so close. So close. But it'll get there. 13.8 gets us back into the brown box. We'll be watching that. I will be live on Sunday. I will be a little late, so don't expect me at 4 o'clock on Sunday. I'll be a little late, but I will be there. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll wrap up the weekend on Sunday evening. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.